Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, which today sees Interruptus express a little envy at the presenter's extracurricular activities. There aren't enough hours in the day for the presenter to perform all the tasks he is asked to perform, such as his popularity, that he has been forced to cut back due to health reasons. What is it? Go on, tell me.
Something you're doing, and I can't understand why I wasn't asked.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Tell me what
Along
this might be.
with you, do you
there's
understand?
some kind of jealousy there.
Yes, that's what I said.
That's all right. I can recognise jealousy when I hear it. What is it?
Well, you're doing something on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, Saturday afternoon? Yes, that's okay. Don't be worrying about that. That's nothing to do with you. That's about the heavens.
Yes, it's about the stars.
Yeah, it's about stars. Yeah, and not your average stars. This is the real stars, the firmament, the Milky Way, the Great White Way.
I can't understand why I wasn't asked.
I'm only involved in a peripheral fashion.
I have a telescope.
Keep your personal life out of this.
I have.
In Waterloo Square in the BBC.
I have a telescope.
I know you have a telescope. I know, but the point is it's nothing to do with stargazing or indeed astronomical know-how. It's about managing the people who are there. I'm just the ringmaster. The people who will be handling the cloud effort and the star bit will be on the big screen. People were invited down to Derry Stroke London Derry in the big screen. And
What's this big
place.
screen? That's what
It's
I
a
want.
big screen.
What is a big screen?
You don't know. Can I make it any clearer?
How big's this big screen?
It's a big screen that everybody can see.
Is it 50 inch? You know, how big's
50
this big
inches
screen?
in your house.
Yeah,
No,
what's a big screen?
Could be 30 foot.
Right.
Could be,
It's
yeah.
big.
You see, there are all kinds
It's
of
on the
things.
back of a lorry.
There are all kinds of things. Not necessarily. There are all. No, they probably bought it in the shop. There are all kinds of things going on. I don't know enough detail, but I will know enough detail tomorrow. Now, don't push me on this.
I won't.
It's a public thing.
The only
and people
reason
are-
I'm pushing you is
You weren't asked because-
I wasn't there.
You weren't asked because, can I just be honest with you?
Yeah.
You don't give out the right vibe.
I've got a telescope.
It's not the point. You give out the vibe of a curmudgeon, and people don't want to ask you to do things in case you might ruin them.
I take my telescope out at night, of a summer's night.
I heard
and
this.
sit in the decking and juke at things.
What do you look at? The neighbours? Australian geography has been a mystery to many's a growing lad, and today proves no exception. Just as the map of Ireland represents a man wearing a cap, so do others see the continent of Australia as a small dog. The presenter knows his topography. There's people in Perth listening to our podcasts. Let me say that again. There's people in Perth listening to our podcasts.
I would like to visit Perth.
I've been there. It's one of the most wonderful cities. I think it's the nicest city I've ever been in. And do you know the nicest thing about Perth?
No.
Do you know how far the nearest city is away?
How far the nearest city is away? No.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think about that?
Okay. Let's see. Right, you've got Perth. The nearest city is...
Is Perth up there?
No, it's over there.
Is Perth over there? On the nose?
Mm-hmm. No, it's over there on the left.
Over at the ear?
It's over on the left, I said.
What's the left as you look at it?
The
That's
left
the
as you
nose.
look at it, yeah.
That's the nose.
No, it's not the nose.
It is the nose. As you look
It's
at
Ireland you're thinking of.
It's not.
It's Australia's different. It's over
Draw
the left.
you Australia.
Draw me Australia.
Draw Australia now. Go on, draw Australia and put mark X. X marks the spot.
Let me
Perth.
use it.
Is Perth up at the ear?
No, it's not. Let me use the
Is
technical
Perth
term.
at the nose?
Let me use the technical term. It's West Australia. Okay. It's over there. The nearest city to Perth is 3,000 miles away.
Where's Perth? That's at the nose. Yeah. That's at the nose.
There
You
is
see
no
up the ear. That's up the. I thought Perth might have been up there at the ear, but Perth's over the nose. Yes, I'm right. Yeah, it's a dog's head. Yeah.
That's the dog's
People say it's over the nose. See, there's my drawing of Australia.
Okay.
You see?
That's very good.
Yeah.
I'll show it to the teacher. Listen, Joe Mahan's been up to no good.
Joe was on last night.
I know. Did you not know what he was doing? Did you not see what he was doing? He was switching newts.
Aye.
He switched his newts. A gentleman writes to me and said, I just managed to catch the tail end of Lesser Spotted Luster last night, if you know what I mean. Joe started, and he stared into the camera and he said, and now my friend Deirdre is going to throw me some newts. I expected to see a row of men with red faces and unruly hair, but no. A newt looks for all the world like a baby crocodile, as we well know, knowing our newts. Deirdre said if anyone kisses a newt's belly, they'll be able to cure burns.
Mm-hmm.
Joe refused to kiss the tummy of the small reptile. Goodness knows what his reasons were. May have been reasons of hygiene, or perhaps maybe he thought he might like it. Then...
That's the first time I saw a newt.
You must have seen a newt before.
Never.
Do you never go down to the barn and catch your spricklies and your spricklerbacks and your newts?
Never saw a newt before.
You never saw a newt before?
Never.
You should go out more. Then, what can only be described as a David Attenborough moment occurred. My grandfather, who's 94, and he said, that's not the same newt.
No.
Joe was using a newt stand-in. And Joe, fair play to him, came clean at the end of the show and explained how the first newt had absconded and got lost in the long grass. It was then that Deirdre caught a second newt and passed that newt off as the first newt. I don't trust Mahan, yelled my grandfather. I take my hat off to Joe for explaining the newt situation. After all, he came clean. Now, if David Attenborough had done the same about his polar bears, there'd be no row. I can imagine both newts telling the other newts, Jesus, boys, I had a lucky escape. I thought Joe Mahan was going to kiss me in the belly, but I was able to switch newts. It was a great show. I came away from a great with admiration for Joe Mahan and indeed the newt population in general. And you know, I think newts get a bad press.
Yeah. There's a wee
I
call
blame
for
Ken
you.
Livingston.
There's a
Ken
wee
Livingston
call.
used to keep them.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Did you ever? No,
I have fondled
You
them
were
yet.
never a wee boy, really.
I was a wee boy for quite a long time.
No, you weren't.
I was.
You were never a wee boy.
What do you think? I was a baby and then suddenly I was an adult? There was no transition period?
Did you ever go out with a national? What do you call it? A national dried?
Guardsman?
No, you remember the
National dried milk.
milk can. That's
Yes.
what I was looking for. The national dried can. I can't say that.
National dried milk can.
National dried tin can.
Tin can.
Milk.
Milk
No,
can.
national dried milk
tin can.
can.
Yeah, national dried milk tin can.
Milk tin with 2 holes at the top.
Yes.
And a string.
Yeah.
And then you went out and you were looking for sprickleybacks.
But did I not mention sprickleybacks a while
But where
back?
did you go? You had no place to go.
To the barn.
Where's your burn?
Down in.
You hadn't got a burn.
I had a burn.
You hadn't.
I had access to one.
You had the river foil.
It's a big burn.
But you had no burn.
I had a burn.
You hadn't.
Burn down in what do you call the place?
Where?
Down in, I can't remember the place now.
Therefore, you had no burn.
I had a burn. I just can't remember the place.
Did
Pennyburn.
you ever-
Pennyburn. That's what it was.
Didn't
Pennyburn.
belong to you.
It didn't belong to me, but I was allowed to visit. Why do you think Pennyburn is called Pennyburn? It's not called Penny Hill. It's not called Penny Lane. The barber shaves another autograph. No, it's called Pennyburn because the burn is there, and I caught sprickleybacks and newts in there and kept them in the national dried milk tin can with the holes in the side and brought them home and sacrificed them and ate them and made sandwiches.
What about frog spawn?
Keep out of it. Good morning, sir. He's calling you frog spawn. Frog husbandry is another subject rarely explored. What does a frog eat? What are its fears, desires? When does it have enough water? Will it take a biscuit? These questions and more are answered by people who knew nothing of the subject. What we want to find out is what you feed a frog. Isn't this what's
Jerry,
good?
what I was
That's a
thinking
good
of,
slogan,
maybe-
isn't it? Isn't that a good slogan?
Feed a frog today.
Feed a frog.
Yeah. Feed a frog today. What does a frog eat? Well, we will find out for you, and we shall convey the information to you, and you can feed those frogs the food that they
what I'm
feel as if
saying-
they've... You can feed those
Jerry,
frogs
what
the
I'm
food that they
actually
feel as if
ringing
they've... Pardon?
I wanted to know how to get in my back. I mean, I have barbed wire fences. I've got nails. How to get in?
You see, somebody may have carried a tadpole in.
I was actually thinking maybe seagulls or something. Maybe try to eat them.
There could be a sort of a tadpole smuggling ring somewhere. I don't know. I mean, a tadpole may have been stuck to a seagull's foot, for all I know. So how do things happen? I mean,
What do I do with them?
How do you find turtles in the Galapagos? Where did they come from? Way out in the middle of the ocean. Where did they come from? They floated in on a log. Somebody's floated in a log into your back.
The Undertones come up with a slogan. Feed a frog for free.
Feed a frog for free for food.
But what do I do with them?
Feed a frog. What do you do with them?
I mean, I know what I would do with them. I would stick a skewer up.
No, you won't do that.
No, let them go. Put them back in the backyard and then let them go.
But I mean, I lived in France and Switzerland for a while, and I got a wee taste for that sort of grub.
Well, you see, people do eat frogs' legs, but not any old frog. You know, that's
Oh, I know
special.
that.
Well, listen, leave them alone. Why don't you just leave them alone?
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no water, so
Well, sure, let them work it out. Leave them alone. And if they
they're going
want...
to be trapped. I mean, they're going to be looking at walls for the next, I don't know how long.
Is there a drain in your backyard? In the garden? In the yard?
Yeah, there is.
A
There's
drain?
a storm drain.
That's where they've come from.
They've been there. They'll go back from whence they came.
Let
Listen,
them
But that-
alone.
Control
Sean.
yourself. Control yourself.
Put them out
Sure.
back. Yes.
Do you actually think I'll come out of the storm drain then?
Yes.
Listen, this is enough.
Leave
of
them
this.
back out in the yard.
Leave
You've
them alone,
you've
will you?
kidnapped them.
Leave them. Go away now. Leave them alone. All right.
Right.
Go away now. Leave them alone. Okay.
So I'll just put the garlic bread on hold then.
Go away. Thank you. You see, you won't leave the things alone. No. See, this is what you've been campaigning about for a long time. When people find things, they shouldn't leave them alone. They shouldn't find things. I mean, somebody could come in here and find us.
Yes.
Somebody come in and, Jesus, boys, look, I found a couple of boys in there, look. But we're all right.
Yeah.
We don't want to be found. I mean, people would come in here and they think, what are these boys doing in there? Look, there's no water in here.
Yeah.
There is no water in here. There's no food in here. Oh. Right? So if a stranger from another planet came in and said, the type of organisms that survive on this planet are bipedal and they eat meat and vegetables and fruit. So if I find two of the organisms, I will make sure that the things that they have around them are enough for them to survive. So if two aliens come in here and saw us sitting here, they'd see no water, they'd see no food, no beef, no milk, no nothing. And they'd say, I better take them out and look after them. They'd take us away and look after us. But we're all right because we have plenty of stuff outside in restaurants and everything. But see, your man doesn't know how those frogs, those frogs are alive. And they're all right and they're happy because they must have had something to eat or drink somewhere. But he doesn't see where it is. So he's going to take them away and somewhere and kill them and put a skewer up their arses.
It's like seeing a crow in a tree and saying, look at that crow.
He has no
bird's
food
lost.
with him. Look, he's no
It's
food
lost.
with him.
That crow's lost.
And there's no food with him. What's it going to eat? Look, there's no wee bag or nothing, no food in it.
I'll try and catch it and bring
I'll
it
catch
into
it
the
and
house.
make sure it's okay. One of the world's finest alto saxophonists is a son of Stroke City and has never left it for reasons best known to himself. At the age of 74, his time has come. Then the world will move on.
Angela says she's waiting 24 hours now for you to play Gay McIntyre. She asked you yesterday around this time.
I don't. Do you have it? Do you have the?
You got it yesterday.
I know, but I can't find.
We brought it down to you.
I know, but
It was left
where
in
did
your
it go?
desk yesterday.
Well,
during the programme.
It's Ginger. What did Ginger do with it? They take the stuff away that I play, and I never see it again.
Have you got his Gay McIntyre, Emma?
No.
She has.
But you had it yesterday. Yes, you had.
You had it. She
No,
had it.
no, you didn't play it. Therefore, you wouldn't have given it to Ginger.
Okay.
You only give Ginger
Okay, well, I can't
what
find
you
it.
use.
All right. Jerry, I am actually in Derry from Belfast, driving into Fileside Centre. You go and spoil it by playing that song. I think this is for you. Did you play a song yesterday called Rosemary or something?
Hey?
Rosemary? Did you play a song Rosemary? This is for you. What am I doing?
No, it's not me.
This is for you.
It's not me.
Did you not write a song about Rosemary?
Write a song.
No, play it. I can't talk today.
There's
Anyway.
a call.
Where is it? Where is it?
One.
The difference between country and western singers, that place that we used to play in, we were a resident band in an Irish club. Now, that place in Manchester was a very rough place. It was called Shorrock's. It's long since been pulled down for the benefit of mankind. But that was a place you get a bunch of fives. You'd be hit for no reason there. And I used to be very, very careful because you need to be careful where you went because it was a rough crowd. And Brady was much loved. And all kinds of people used to visit there. I remember Val Dunnigan being there. Walk tall, walk straight, look the world right in the eye. They loved him. He was like a returning Roman general. He got such a reception. But the strangest man I ever saw there was Hank Lachlan.
Yeah.
Send me the pillow that you dream on. Remember him?
Yes.
Do you know what was remarkable about him? He was semi-conscious most of the time. I don't know what was wrong with him. I think he may have been under the influence of some particular substance or drink. I don't know what it was, but he was barely there. But the thing that I remember about him, and I saw him a number of times, he had the most wonderful jacket. And do you know what he had? His jacket was green satin. It was obviously a jacket he got made for his Irish gigs. He was huge in Ireland, of course. What was the other one?
From here to there to you.
From here to there to you. That one. Well, he was a real country singer. Terrible, terrible singer. Anyway,
Was he Irish American or
not at
just,
all.
just an American?
No,
And
he was just American.
Just
He's one of those people that Irish people adopted, you see, and they loved him. But he had the greatest jacket I ever saw. He had a green satin jacket, and you know what was on the back of it? An Irish cottage
right.
with a chimney, right?
Yes.
And the smoke came out of the chimney and went up to his neck. Upright the smoke, the puffs of smoke went right up and right up to the top, right into his neck.
Real smoke.
Not real smoke. On the jacket, it was embroidered.
Oh, right.
Smoke was coming out in a real jacket. And I used to look at
back.
it, and I used to say to him, I remember saying to him, can I try that on? And I tried it on, and it was great. I loved that jacket. I wanted it. Well, anybody still got it, I wonder?
Far better. Far better if the chimney had a smoked, real smoke.
But then it would have burnt his... Hello, good morning. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.